Yeah, but under common law or is it military and tribune? Because also with
Oh, I've
the,
been waiting for something like this for so long. This is so much fun.
I'm just trying to see what's the,
You have the right to
I have
walk.
the right to travel, don't
Yeah, I'm taking your happy-go-lucky feet. You want to
I?
travel?
That's
Take those 2 feet to travel, not in a car.
just what the 14th Amendment was saying. Like I have the right to travel.
You do. Yes, and you can walk your happy ass from one part to the other part. Not in a car, though. I mean, you want every single witness in Harris County? That's what that's asking for.
You have to properly represent myself for the case.
That's 4.2 million people. I mean, you're saying a true and complete original and or certified copy of the alleged is not even spelled correctly.
That's why I travel very cautious. I don't.
You just said I drive.
I'm saying I
I
travel very
drive. You
cautious.
said the magic words.
I was a driver.
Come on. Don't be Helen Keller. Come on. All right. So today is September 11th, 2024. It's approximately 12:25 p.m. We are now in court 5. In front of me, I have Eaton Emitum, case number 2522688. Would you please identify yourself for purpose of the record?
The man eats on Amazon.
Would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? That you're going to tell the truth. That's it. Yes? Okay. State, would you identify?
Petrov on behalf of the state.
Okay, so the reason that we're putting this on the record now is Mr. Emitum has been charged with the offense of unlawful carrying of a weapon. The case is 40 days old. It appears that probable cause has already been found. I don't know if I did.
Buckle up, guys. Today we're diving straight into one of the wildest courtroom standoffs you'll ever witness. Right from the jump, Hector Casanova struts into court like it's open mic night at a sovereign citizen convention. He's already challenging the judge's authority, claiming no contract exists. Classic pseudo-legal playbook move. But what he doesn't realize? Judge Simpson's not here to entertain sovereign fantasies. This intro sets the stage for an epic clash between delusion and law. And trust me, it only escalates from here.
Let's just do it first.
On August 2nd, 2024, officers observed a car without a front license plate, changed lanes without a signal, and have expired registration as of March 2023. Upon approaching, officers smelled marijuana. PC search returned 4.17 grams and a loaded Smith & Wesson handgun. Additionally, there was a backpack with 3 checks that did not belong to him. Officer called Kumamoto, who said the checks were stolen from her restaurant on July 8th. When defendant broke the front window, went to the back where the checks were kept in the office, broke the hinge of the back door and exited.
So as a result, because of that, he was charged with felony fraud on that one, on the check. Okay. Yes, he has an open case in the 182nd. Looks like he made a $15,000 bond. With us, I am going to find there's probable cause to go forward. Well, hold on a second. We'll get there. I'll let you say your piece, but do you have a Texas driver license?
I have a U.S. private property number with the FMCSA. What my vehicle was on there, it was sticker tags, everything with my business, the Amazon States. That's what the Department of Transportation.
Is that from the state of Texas or from where?
This is federal. This is with the Department of Transportation.
Okay, but you still need a Texas driver license and you need registration and
I did all my steps with them because it was private property that I had. They said I didn't, if I didn't need to get registration with the state of Texas because I registered it. And they said that would be my voluntary, but since it's private property, I wouldn't have to register it.
Okay.
I mean, this is, what jurisdiction is this case being tried on? That's what I'm trying to, because I kind of don't know what it's being tried on.
It's
Criminal, civil?
criminal, yeah.
So
Right, you're facing jail time, right?
I believe so. But
Weren't you taken to jail?
yeah.
So that wouldn't lead you to believe it's criminal, right?
Yeah, but under.
All right, guys. Things are heating up as Hector doubles down, refusing to give his full name. Acting like that alone voids the court's power over him. It's like watching someone argue with gravity. It's absurd, but fascinating. Judge Simpson, calm but firm, isn't letting the theatrics fly. The courtroom tension builds as Hector's false confidence gets more defiant, yet the law stands unshaken. This is the beginning of a slow unraveling. He thinks he's winning, but he's digging deeper into a legal hole.
Common law, or is it military and tribunal? Because also with
I've been waiting for something like this for so long. This is so much fun.
I'm just trying to see what I'm being tried on, because what I was told with the US side, I wouldn't have to register it with the state of Texas, with the registration or licensing. I do have my own place with that vehicle too as well, so.
You need a license to drive, a Texas driver license. That's it. You either have one or you don't. The federal government has regulated to the states through the Constitution that they have allowed the states on their own initiative to create laws regarding driving on highways and byways. So that's why you see every single state has different requirements for licensing, insurance, mode of transportation. The federal government has somewhat to do with it, but by and large, they have delegated to the states that they are their own entity with regard to creating laws in their specific highways. So that's why every single state has a different type of license, different type of insurance. Like the Texas driver license is what, white, versus Arkansas might be yellow or red, or Hawaii might be. So that's every single state has their own laws with regard. In Texas, you have to have a Texas driver license. You also have to have liability insurance as a minimum in the event that you get into an accident. Those are the two main requirements that you need to drive. If you're going to drive a vehicle, it also has to be registered so that they know that you're driving the vehicle and that you own it.
I own the vehicle and everything. When I was here the last hearing with the judge, like what he was saying, he said that when it had applied to me, but he was going to see what they were going to say about the other court, about the probable cause of stopping me, because he said registration when it had in the front license plate, when it had applied to me.
It does apply. It applies to everybody. Everybody has to have a back license plate. They also have to have a front license plate. And so much, they also tell you where it has to.
This next stretch is unreal. Hector starts tossing around legal jargon like he just binge-read conspiracy forums all night. I don't consent. I'm a living man. This is a common law court. He throws it all in. But Judge Simpson doesn't flinch. Instead, he throws Hector the one thing these sovereign types fear the most: consequences. When the judge starts addressing possible contempt, it's clear the courtroom isn't a stage, it's reality. And Hector's script isn't going to work here.
To be on the car. They regulate, you can't put it in the windshield.
State, right?
State,
Yeah.
right. They tell you where it has to be. You can't put it on the windshield. You can't put it on, like on, what's it called? On the light. It's got to be right there. They even tell you how many centimeters it's supposed to be from the street to the actual place on the car. That's how bad the state of Texas micromanages all these things. They even tell you how many damn centimeters it's got to be on the car. So you have to have a front license plate. You got to have a license, got to have insurance. So if you don't have that, you can't drive.
So I'm kind of aware with licensing and registration and everything. That's why with my private vehicles, I did that with the US DOT instead of the state. And I didn't know that was
correct. You need a license. It doesn't matter whether you're saying you're conveying, whether you're traveling, whether you're, driving. It's a privilege. It's not a right, right? There's a big difference between a privilege versus a right. You have the right to walk.
I have the right to travel, don't I?
Yeah, taking your happy-go-lucky feet. You want to travel? Take those 2 feet to travel, not in a car.
Just what the 14th Amendment was saying, like I have the right to travel.
You do. Yes, and you can walk your happy ass from one part to the other part. Not in a car, though. Not without a license and insurance.
Was on there from what I did this with the Department of Transportation. They said automobiles were on there, carrier, bicycles.
They're wrong. I'm just telling you now, they're wrong. Whoever told you that, where you got that, it's complete. Because imagine this, Mr. Emmett Tom, and you kill a 5-year-old kid. What's going to happen at that point? Whoever owns that car, the other people, they're going to come after you. They're not going to go after they're going to come after you. The first thing they're going to do is, do you have insurance? And if you don't have insurance, they're going to sue you. And then they're going to attach a lien on absolutely everything that you own to satisfy the judgment they get against you. And they will take your house, they will take your car, they will take your bank account, they will attach to.
Things are spiraling now. Hector's voice rises as he insists the court has no jurisdiction, trying to control the hearing like he's the one in charge. But Judge Simpson delivers a masterclass in composure. He reminds everyone that legal arguments are won with facts, not fantasy. Hector wants recognition, but he's only earning ridicule. The way he repeats buzzwords like they're magical incantations shows just how far removed from actual law these sovereign citizens really are.
Where if you ever want to start working and get a paycheck, they're going to garnish all that money. You have insurance, liability insurance, so that if you ever get into an accident, you don't mean to do it. You didn't mean to kill the kid. It's not an purposement. It's an accident. And accidents happen. You might be looking at your phone. You're looking at, this pretty girl that's walking across the street, and then boom, you have insurance so that if that happens, the insurance company will pay on your behalf, so you don't have to pay out of your own pocket. And they will even give you a lawyer to represent you on your behalf, because that's what you pay for when you get insurance. If you get into an accident, lawyers usually call you and say, hey man, tell me what happened. Was it your fault? Or was it the other people's fault? Because we want to know who to pay. And that's why for $30 to $40 a month, you get insurance for that very purpose. And I've seen people come here, they have killed someone and they get a $250,000 judgment against them. I've seen it.
When I say for the unlawful carry, the possession of marijuana, the person that was in the vehicle told the officer it was legal hemp that they got from the store. They have receipts and everything in Texas. You can have legal hemp. They got it from the store. Even told the officer it was theirs. He pulled me out the car. He didn't ask for any paperwork.
Now you're making apples and oranges, right? Now we got to test it. Is it weed?
Oh yeah,
is it hemp? Understand that takes time, but you also need a lawyer to represent you.
I found my own discovery. I was representing myself pro se.
And you can do that if you want.
Yeah.
But we have to go through a series of questions.
I represented myself plenty of times. I had dismissals here from Harris County.
And for purposes of the record, so Mr. Emitom had a case with me here. It was actually June 7th of 2022. He was charged with another gun case, and that was with Victoria.
Now, this part really shows the wheels coming off. Hector keeps demanding to know who the plaintiff is, like he's cracked some hidden code. But the judge patiently breaks it down, again, revealing Hector's tactics as nothing but smoke and mirrors. You can feel the courtroom's collective frustration growing. It's one thing to be misinformed, but it's another to weaponize that. Ignorance in a legal setting. And Hector, he's about to find out just how little patience the court has left.
I found no probable cause and they dismissed it. They didn't have to dismiss it, but they did dismiss it. So other than that case, have you ever represented yourself?
Yeah, many times. I have dismissals all through here from Harris County. Traffic violations.
You're welcome to do it, and who's one of the worst, who's one of the best presidents that in history that you can think about right now?
Wonderful to me right now.
You can't think of one good president that we've ever had?
I don't know any.
Abraham Lincoln, he wasn't good?
I never met him. I don't know about him at that time.
Abraham Lincoln said something. He goes, you know what? He who represents himself has a fool for a client. Meaning that when you represent yourself, there is an inherent conflict and there's an inherent bias, and you may not be able to see things objectively, meaning that you have your heart, you've got your soul into this case. So you may not be able to see from an outside position if they're saying something that makes sense. You're absolutely entitled to represent yourself. And if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to it. And I have no problem with you doing it. You need to understand though, if you represent yourself, you can't come at a later day and say, you know what? I had ineffective assistance of counsel. My lawyer sucked. Well, you represented yourself. You now can't complain about that. You know, if you go to trial and you lose and I end up putting your butt in jail for a year, you can't complain. You're stuck like Chuck for a whole year because that's what you're facing. You're facing a year in jail and you got a bunch of other documents too that, you know, so
My discovery from that last month that I filed.
well, let's do the question. So what is your full name?
Eton, she's wrote there, Amaton.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 34.
Where were you born?
In America.
Were you born here in Houston? Were you born in? Okay. You read and write English, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any learning disabilities or communication handicaps? Have you ever been declared mentally incompetent or treated for any mental health disorder?
This next segment is a turning point. The judge starts talking real consequences, fines, warrants, failure to appear, and Hector's energy shifts. He starts deflecting, asking questions with no legal weight, trying to maintain control. But Judge Simpson isn't playing along. He's drawing the line between courtroom and circus tent, and Hector is stuck on the wrong side. You can feel the walls closing in, yet Hector still believes he's making a stand. What he's really doing is setting himself up for a fall. The desperation hits hard in this part. Hector begins repeating himself like a broken record, clearly out of fresh tactics. The judge, showing incredible restraint, gives one last effort to walk him through reality, but it's met with more delusion. What's fascinating is how Hector's defiance is both confident and hollow. There's no legal logic, no facts, just belief. And belief without understanding doesn't win in court. This is where the sovereign fantasy starts to officially collapse. This is the final breakdown. Hector's arguments are exhausted, his tone frantic, and Judge Simpson brings down the hammer. There's no legal loophole, no magic phrase, no escape. Just a firm reminder that courtroom law is based on statutes, not slogans. Watching this play out shows exactly how dangerous misinformation can be, because the only thing Hector succeeded in doing was wasting everyone's time and sealing his own fate. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you in the next video.